Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very chilly evening here in Colorado. As you can see, I'm wearing one of my lovely knit caps. I hope you all are staying warm. If you're not, pro tip from someone in Colorado, these little hand warmer things are not just for camping. They are also for computer work. They fit right inside those nice little gloves, keep those hands nice and warm. But you didn't come here for tips on how to stay warm. You guys came here for our QA Bug Jam. So I am so excited that all of you are here today. Thank you so much at home for joining. Thank you to all of our participants. My name is Tiffany Hall. I am a graduate of the software engineering program with TripleTen, and I am currently a full stack engineer at Scholastic Inc., which is the world's largest publisher of children's books and a powerhouse in the digital education space, too. And fun fact, this hat is actually knit in a yarn that's called Giraffes Can't Dance, which is an excellent scholastic book you should look up. All right. Tonight we are going to be seeing the presentations from our Bug Jam teams. If you're new to this space, let me just review what a Bug Jam is, okay? So at TripleTen, we have lots of friendly competitions, and they are my favorite thing to do. And we like students to work on them during their normal coursework. They are super short in time. We're talking like 4 or 5 days tops. And the students get together, they jam out a bunch of code that meets whatever our prompt is. Okay. We have two parts to our bug jam. The part that you're going to see tonight is the presentation. So up to this, all of the teams have been working on the QA part. They were divided in teams and they have been challenged to collaboratively check that one of the apps that has been made in our September Code Jam by the software engineering participants. So very exciting indeed. The teams only had 5 days to work through their QA project, and tonight they're going to go ahead and present them. The judges are going to, over the next week, are going to review the QA portion of the work as well as the presentation of the work. So all results will be posted on all of the TripleTen socials on November 14th. There will be a place for students to vote for their favorite project during this upcoming week. They're going to post, TripleTen will post voting polls in the Discord. There's also places in the socials like on Instagram. You can certainly post about there. And the people who win the audience award win special prizes from TripleTen. I have on good authority from my cat that it might be something caffeinated. I don't really actually have that information. I'm just hoping it's always caffeinated because if you are in this industry, you need caffeine. And if you're a student in this industry, you're still drinking caffeine, even though it's 7 p.m. in the evening. So we will have a winner as well for kind of our first place, the best project and presentation combined, and they will also get a special award. Not to mention, everybody in our teams here will have that one thing that I personally think is more important than everything, which is pride. Pride. And, the skills that you've learned, which is super amazing because then you can like actually go out there and get that bag, right? Did I sound hip and cool? Because I've been practicing. I even practiced with my kids. Get that bag. That's new. All right. So let's start with teams. Tonight, we are going to have several teams that are going to be presenting live. And then at the end, we will have one that is pre-recorded. After the presentation, we will stick around and we will chit chat for a minute about the little nerdy, yummy bits in the project with a team. Our first team tonight is Don't Bug Us. And the team members in that team are Waruni D'Annunzio, Basar Akudar, and Victorine Helmier. Take it away. Don't bug us.
Yep, appreciate you, Tiffany. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Asar Al-Qadir. I'm actually gonna be going ahead and presenting our project today for Don't Bug Us. Along with my colleagues, Victorin and Warren D'Annunzio, we went ahead and we went ahead and tried to debug the Golden Oak app. The Golden Oak app is an autumn-themed recipe discovery experience. And what we did, we just focused on validating core functionality, accessibility, and performance requirements within a 3-day scope. And we went ahead and we tested the app to go ahead and try to identify and report the bugs. All right. And we also went ahead and sorry about that, guys. That was my brother, but but I mean, but yeah. So we're actually going ahead and we just went ahead to we wanted to go ahead and ensure the app's functionality, usability, and responsiveness across multiple environments. And yeah, so the types of testing that we used for this was functional testing, usability testing, and cross-browser/device capability. The browsers that we used were Chrome's and Safari for mobile iOS, and we also used the operating systems that we used were Mac OS Sonoma for 14.6.1.10, Windows 10, and mobile iOS in Android. All right, and the tools for testing that we did was Google Sheets for test cases and Jira for bug tracking and reporting. All right, so after it was all said and done, we came out with about 41 test cases. Those went ahead tested display and design, user interface, load speed, and accessibility. And of those 41 test cases, 15 came back failed. 15 came back having bugs. And the majority of the bugs were pretty minor, but still we found a couple of major bugs within there that could actually go ahead and pose a problem for people trying to use the website. So, for example, one of the major bugs that we found was the recipe card elements weren't accessible to screen readers. So basically, the elements within the recipe cards, including the close button, title, and other displayed information, are inaccessible to screen readers in both their selected and unselected states. That prevents screen reader users from fully interacting with and understanding the content on the recipe cards, and it impacts the accessibility for visually impaired users. Our resolution for that would be to revamp the app so it allows for better accessibility access. Okay. And another major bug that we went ahead and we found was the missing alternate text for images on the home screen, which affected screen reader accessibility. So people who were, yeah, so people who, who are blind or, can't normally access it, they'd have to use the voiceover screen reader. The voiceover screen reader was able to read all the interactive elements on the home screen, but none of the images have alternative text. So as a result, the voiceover reads unlabeled image, which can negatively impact the accessibility for visually impaired users. All right. And yeah, so our resolution for that would be to add descriptions to pictures so voiceover can read properly. And one of the minor bugs that we went ahead and we found was the recipe card title displays incorrectly at the bottom of the selected card view. So when selecting a recipe card on the Golden Oak website, as you guys can tell right here, it appears on the bottom rather than at the top, misaligning with the expected layout guidelines. So our resolution to that would be just to go ahead and edit the interface and actually go ahead and put the title on the top of the page. All right. Now, now in summary, the way it impacts the user experience, they're small interface issues that might disrupt user navigation and impact ease of use. All right, and there's also inconsistent recipe details that may frustrate users and reduce trust in the app's quality significantly. And there's also gaps in accessibility, such as screen reader functionality limitations that can make it challenging for visually impaired users, reducing the app and website inclusivity. So once we address those concerns and go ahead and fix them, it'll elevate the site's professionalisms and it makes the user experience a lot more smoother. Yep. So yeah, it's like I said, just once we fix those user interface inconsistencies and ensures a seamless user scrolling journey, once we address the content inaccuracies, makes for reliable user experience and for accessibility enhancements, just resolving all the screen reader issues, it just to make the site accessible to all users. And so, altogether, in summary, with me, Victorin, and Warreny, we went ahead to go ahead and try to get this project done. We went ahead and used Discord to go ahead and communicate and share data and links amongst each other. We used Google Data and Sheets for writing test cases and requirements analysis, Jira for writing all the bug reports, and we used PowerPoint and Google Slides for the presentation of the project. Okay. And some of the challenges we had while we were trying to get this done was definitely time management. We all had jobs and family emergencies. My mother is actually recovering from gallbladder surgery right now, so I had to, yeah, kind of prioritize. I kind of had to prioritize trying to take care of her as well as taking care of the project. And we also had Warreny, who competed in a half marathon, and yeah. Yeah, and yeah, she did pretty good. So yeah, I mean, like we just kind of had to prioritize all that stuff together to go ahead and try to get this done. We also faced challenges ensuring the app worked well across different browsers. I tested everything through my iPhone. Warren tested everything through her Mac. Victor through his PC. So we definitely went ahead and tried to get everything done. And through Discord, we managed the clear communication and regular check-ins and updates, and that's how we went ahead and got everything done. But yep, and yeah, that's it.
All right, fantastic. Why don't you go ahead and stop share so that way we can, oh, there's everybody's lovely face. Hello. Okay, so quick questions. Warren, you are on this project as well. What was something that a part of this bug jam that you really liked most of all?
Um, I have two kids and my kid have dyslexia. So it's in
Mhm.
my mind that I want to test the accessibility testing.
Yes,
I have a chance to do this on this project. That's awesome
yes.
experience. Yeah.
Yes, I am very excited whenever the QA is always bringing forward the accessibility things because those are pieces that unfortunately are still just not baked into a developer's process in a lot of places. And it's just like you said, it's so important for kids who are not just, and adults who are not just able to access it in one way. So that's really great that you were able to have such a fun connection to that.
Yeah, and when I tried for the first time to do the voiceover or many tool and I find out that QA have so many tools that you can download for free to use and like
Yes.
thousands of tools, which is a great experience for me. Yeah.
Yeah. There's certainly a lot of really amazing tools out there for this, for sure. Masar, what was something that really surprised you about the experience? I mean, besides having to balance what seems like a lot of stuff going on with everyone in the team, but like, was there anything else that maybe surprised you about the experience, whether it's good or bad?
No, I mean there weren't really any surprises. I kind of expected what I expected to out of the project. I just want to give a lot of credit to my team members. They definitely pulled through when they needed it, and definitely picked up a lot of slack. So yeah,
That's awesome.
yep,
All right, well, that is Don't Bug Us with Baruni D'Annunzio, Matar Alcuder, Victorin Helmier. Those are all the names.
yes, yeah,
All right. Thank you so much for presenting. I appreciate it. All right, next is the Bug Bursters, which is so gross to think about, but it's a really clever name. Haven't heard that one before. So that team is comprised of Selene Concharla, Yala Manchili, there we go, and Joshua Mathis. Who will be presenting? All right, Rama, don't
There will
forget to take
be.
off mute. There you are. Okay, great.
I'm gonna start now.
Please do. I'm very excited.
The title of the app that we tested is called Oak App, and our name of our team name is Bug Bursters. The team members are Joshua Mathis, Shalini Mitra, and me myself. Joshua's on sprint 7 right now currently. Shalini's on sprint 4, and I'm on sprint 9. Oh, sorry. The agenda for today is app introduction, testing, results, and the takeaways we took away as a team. For the introduction, this is the Golden Oak website. Pretty much they have browsers, home, breakfast, dinner, and dessert, and an About Us links to access the website. And this is those mainstream logo that we also tested. And there was we tested on cross mobile devices, iOS and Android, using DevTools. The environment and tools were Google Chrome, Android phone. Google Chrome was the browser we tested on, and the tools that we utilized were DevTools and Google Sheets and Jira. Jira was used to log the bug reports. Google Sheets was where we compile the test cases, and DevTools for screen resolution testing and Android testing. The four types of testing that we utilized were user interface testing, functional, non-functional, and exploratory testing. Exploratory testing first did was to look at the buttons to see if how we can access everything properly. And then the second thing we did was also was to check the recipe cards. There was user interface testing to see how the app would work on the user's end. The functional testing was basically like to see if there's a fun fact available. Non-functional testing was screen resolution and accessibility. We were unable to do accessibility testing. Total test cases we discovered was 184, 148 functional testing, and non-functional testing was 36. We found some critical bugs within the app. The lunch button, there was no lunch header. Page alignment, when you were scrolling through the page, it would scroll off the screen. I'll display this on the app link. There is no lunch, and then when you click on one of the websites, it scrolls off the screen pretty much, as when you click on one of these, you're also unable to scroll through any of them. And mine, as you can tell, it just scrolled off the screen in the background. And then also the minor bug would be the alignment was off, was the app the title being at the bottom instead of the top. And when mobile was unable to click on the menu items. And for the results, we had 72 bugs in total, and there were out of 184 test cases, and that's a total of 39% bugs. And breakdown of severity, we had critical bugs at 9, moderate bugs at 40, and low 23%. Critical was 13%. Moderate was at 56%, and low was 31%. So these are the pie charts that we just made of all the amount of bugs that we had. And takeaways, we found it to be a great process. It was a team building experience, working with each other. We overcame hurdles of sickness and festival celebration. Most of all, it was a fun and exciting process to go and work on the bugs reports, come through the presentation and work on Jira and load everything. And testing itself was the most fun process for me. And that's it.
All right, fantastic. And so here's a great question is, you've got this really great presentation about like which bugs are critical. And so with 9 critical bugs, which is a lot, right? For such a small app, that's a lot. But like in in your coursework with TripleTen, is part of the work that you get to practice how you present that to developers? Because I know some developers, definitely not me, write code that have bugs in them but don't like to hear about it. Definitely not me. But is that something that you guys practice as QA engineers? Is how to deliver that news?
No, not yet. I
All
haven't heard.
right, so that will be the first thing that I recommend to TripleTen as soon as we are done here. Wahaha! Maybe we'll have like a rap battle where you have to deliver your QA bugs in a rap battle.
Yeah.
Somebody's taking notes while they're watching it, I'm sure. In terms of like working with your team, I know that a lot of the teams are across several time zones. How did the team dynamics work out?
We tried to log in time so both we can work. It was usually after 9 p.m. for me. Eastern
Okay,
time, she was in Pacific time, 6, Shalini was in 6 Pacific time at 6 p.m. And in the morning, I would wake up and I'd start on working at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. when she
okay,
was, for her baby woke up. I think she was in Pacific,
perfect.
for that would be 5 to 7. So she was very dedicated to working at that time.
Well, that is awesome that you guys were able to carve out really specific chunks of the day so that everyone could kind of have some overlap there. Super wonderful. Well, thank you so much for presenting tonight. So again, this is Bug Bursters with Shalini Kanchala, Rama Yalamanchili, and Joshua Mathis. Thank you so much. All right, next we have Pesticide Paradox. And if you can't guess who is on that team by now, then you are not paying attention to the stream at all. So on this one, we have Mohapatra and Julia Dillon, Berkuk Karake.
All right. Hi, everybody.
All right, the floor is yours.
All right. There we go. And I'll just need the remote access to this. All right. Hello everyone. I hope everyone's having a great night. Thank you for joining us for this bug jam. Our group is Pesticide Paradox. We are somewhat new to quality assurance, and bugs may be new to us, but we are definitely equipped to squash them. We will start with our agenda, which is team introductions, application under testing, introduction, test synopsis, testing results, challenges, and conclusion. And at the end, we will sum up everything. This is the team. This is Rakuk, Madhu, and Julia. The app that we tested was the Golden Oak web application. The Golden Web app delivers great engaging seasonal experience with discovering autumn themed recipes, which most of them sounded really good. Okay, so we have the project overview. We tested the functionality, which is making sure the website works as intended. Performance, checking the app's efficiency and load times, accessibility, making sure everyone can use the website, including those with special needs, usability, which makes sure the site is user-friendly. We found some issues that could be labeled in the gray area, which are bugs, not necessarily bugs, but could be an area where usability could be compromised. And overall, we had 73 test cases. Our team has been running test cases on the Golden Oak web app. It's a fantastic website that has awesome autumn recipes. We have used our acquired skills to seek out bugs that were hidden and not so hidden within the app website. We used Chrome, Edge, iOS, Android, Safari, and Firefox. Our tools were Jira, Discord, and Zoom, Chrome DevTools, Google Sheets, various web browsers, and Canva for this presentation. Our roadmap, our approach, was exploratory testing. This method allowed us to discover unexpected issues and gain deeper understanding of the app. It's a flexible and creative process that helps ensure a high quality product. UI testing and compatibility. UI testing is ensuring visual elements work correctly. Compatibility testing is verifying the application works well across different browsers, devices, and operating systems. And we also did positive testing, which is verifying the application works as expected. Types of testing. Functional testing verifies each feature works as expected. Usability testing ensures the app is user-friendly. Performance testing is checking the app's efficiency and load times. Compatibility is across different browsers and devices. And of course, accessibility is to ensure the app is accessible to all users. So now I'm going to pass this over to Burkuk, and he's going to explain all of the tests that we did.
Okay, thank you, Julia. Hello, everyone, and 1 second, please. Okay. I'll be discussing the various types of testing we conducted, including functional, accessibility, and compatibility testing. Let's begin with the functional testing. Our goal was to ensure that all features work as intended and meet the special software requirements. To achieve this, we carefully compare each function to its corresponding requirements. So let me show you an example. According to the requirements, each team member's card should include a photo and the name of the team member. We test this on various platforms. However, we found that while the card includes a photo, the name does not appear unless you hover over the photo. When you do hover, it not only shows the name, but also the message. Click for my recommendation. This issue led to the test case failing as the name should be visible without hovering. Okay, accessibility testing. This type of testing is necessary because it evaluates the usability of the website for people with disabilities for special needs. Our goal is to ensure that everyone, regardless of their abilities, can access and use our website effectively. Let me show the example of this. For accessibility testing, it's crucial that the close button is clearly visible and easily locatable with sufficient contrast and against the background. But we found that the close button, as you can see, barely visible, making it difficult for users with visual impairments to locate. It lacks sufficient contrast against the background. Okay, compatibility testing. Compatibility testing is essential to ensure that our software application works as expected across the different platforms, environments, including various operating systems and browsers and devices. This helps us confirm that users will have a consistent and reliable experience, no matter how they access our website. This is the example. We tested this on a Google Nest Hub. However, we encountered an issue when trying to scroll down the About Us section and then back to the dessert receipt section. The page suddenly got wiped out. This indicates a problem with the responsiveness that needs to be fixed. Now, I'll hand it over to Madhu. She will discuss the test results, bug reports, and challenges we faced during the project. And thank you, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Bekuk. This is Madhu. I'm gonna represent the presentation from now onwards. This is all about this bug report. We found out a total of 48 bugs, out of which 3 bugs we found is the critically severity bugs, and we mostly found the medium priority bugs in these applications. We reported our bugs in Jira tracking tool. This is one of the example of critical severity bugs. We try to test the responsiveness of the components of the applications in different screen resolutions. But what we find out when you are trying to click on the last few, this is in the particular theme blocks, it got wiped out. The screen got wiped out. So we found out that yes, it could be a critical one. As per the test summary report, we executed a total of 73 test cases, out of which 20 were passed and 48 failed. This failure indicates that there is a need of improvement in user interface and applications functionality. Overall, the website performance is good, and the loading time is faster than expected. So as you can see, this is the graphical presentations of the test result summary. So out of 100%, 34% of test cases got passed and 66% is got failed. Yes. So as per our defect summary report, we found out a total of 48 defects, from which 3 critical severity defects were there, and 27 medium critical defects were present in the applications. So we noticed that there is a need of improvement in accessibility area for visually impaired users. Also, we found some compatibility issues when we try to test the application in different devices or in different environments. So this is the chart-wise presentations of the issues by severity-wise and in the priority-wise. So as you can see, in the severity-wise, when we can see the bugs, 3 were critical and 27 are medium critical bugs, and 18 are low severity bugs. By priority-wise, 26 medium priority bugs we found out. So the challenges, yeah, we face some challenges in there during this project is the time management. So it's kind of difficult for all our team members to work on the same time on this project. Yes, because this 4 days of project deadline is kind of critical for us, because we all have our side jobs and prior commitments, and some requirements and gray areas were not that much easy to find it out. But yes, of course, our team collaboration was perfect. Despite being staying in different area with different schedule, we overcame these challenges by great communication and understanding. So what we learned from this project? Yes, of course, our QA skill got improved by applying different bug identifying techniques and methods. If suppose any one of our team member do not know about some particular tools or methods, the other member just help. So this is kind of knowledge sharing we got it from this project. And our clear rules and regular update that kept us in the track. So these are all beautiful things we learned from this 4 days of project. So I believe that this learning will help us preparing our future endeavors. Yes, definitely it's gonna help us. So you all can contact us through our LinkedIn and GitHub address. This is all about from Pesticide Paradox team. Thank you.
All right, that is wonderful. Thank you guys so very much. I really, really love the presentation theme. I don't know what that like Google Slides theme is, or not Google Slides or whatever, but that thing is cool. So get that one out of there. Okay, a couple of questions. I know that you guys really highlighted all of the things that you've learned and the knowledge sharing between each other, which is just wonderful, because you're right. Like the time frame is so fast, and in 4 days, you really got to have a team you can count on, right? But what is something that maybe a testing principle, and this is open to anyone on the team, what's a testing principle that you have been learning about kind of through the coursework, but you really got it? You felt that like aha moment when you were working on this project.
So I'm gonna answer this question. So I currently I'm in fourth sprint. I did not work on this performance testing, so I did not know much about it. But I learned during this project, and other Julia and Beckcook helped me to give me some knowledge about this performance testing. And with this help and knowing all this knowledge, I applied in the project and I do the testing. So it's kind of knowledge I got it. I'm so happy for it.
Yeah. And then by the time you get to that that section of the coursework, right? You'll already have a working knowledge of what it means in theory and in the lessons, but what it looks like in the real world too. So that'll be great.
Yeah, it's totally great for me. I'm so happy.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's go ahead and say goodbye to Pesticide Paradox. Great team name. That is Madhu Mohat. I'm going to get it. Madhu Mohapatra. Mohapatra. Okay. Julia Dillon, and then Berguk Karake. Pesticide Paradox. All right. Our next group is the Bug Hunters with Michelle Fox, Jason Cost, and Tan Lamb. Who will be presenting?
Hello. Yeah, I'll be presenting we all be presenting today.
Oh, fantastic.
So
I love
yeah,
a
so
matching background. You guys are doing great too.
I'm gonna start with with an intro, and then I'm gonna pass on to the other
Please do. Take it
teammates.
away.
All right, perfect. Let me just you see my screen? All right. Uh, you can all see my screen, right?
You're all set.
All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Jason Coste. Today I'll be introducing you to our project, like Bug Jam project, testing the Golden O web app, presented by the Bug Hunters. Shout out to Michelle. She was the one who came with the idea with the name. So shout out to her. Today's agenda. So here today's agenda is we see. Okay, perfect. So today's agenda is I'm going to start introducing you with the team, then dive into the overview of the Golden app, like uh, testing the methodology of the app, and then I start introducing to the let me see, okay, followed by the testing methodology and approach, notable testing result that we have in bug, and finally our takeaways and conclusions. Meet the team, the bug hunters, Michelle Fox, Tang Lan, and myself, Jason Coste. So welcome to the Golden Oak app. It's an app crafted to celebrate the flavor and warmth of the autumn. It serves as a curated hub for 14 serves recipes, from pumpkin spice treat to classy apple pies and hearty, comforting soups, designed to those who love the cozy sense of the season. The app is bringing together to the best, dishes in one place, making it easy to find inspiration for seasonal cooking. The testing methodology, our approach was to perform UI and usability testing, functional and non-functional testing, and cross-browser testing, along with accessibility testing too. Tools we use were Google Sheets to create test cases, Jira to write bug reports, and the environment were desktop, mobile device, iOS and Android to be specific. Browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and were used to perform testing. Communication tools like Discord and Zoom will help us coordinate our approach testing the app seamlessly. With that, I hand it over to Michelle. So take it away, Michelle. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. So most of our testing was focused on the appearance and layout of the app. We approached this task as users first and testers second, using user interface testing to check the app's appearance, layout, functionality, and usability. We designed 51 test cases and checked things like making sure the recipe cards opened and all the links worked. We ran all the tests we wanted to, but we did end up omitting some environments we had originally planned to test on to focus more on the devices we had on hand and more on testing in different browsers. Since the requirement said it was designed to be compatible with major browsers with a focus on Chrome and adapt seamlessly to mobile devices, we wanted to be sure this was true. So here's what we found. Out of the 51 tests, 32 passed and 19 failed. So it's 63% passing and 37% failing. Out of these, 7 were rated of major severity, which would greatly impact the app's functionality or user experience. The rest were between low and minor severity. When broken down by feature under test, most failures occurred with the recipe cards and the recipes themselves. There we go. Okay. So the recipe cards did not show the name of the dish. The subheading on the cards was incorrect. The recipe view had the name of the recipe at the bottom of the view when using the app on a computer, and many of the recipes did not get proper proofreading before the app went live. There were inconsistencies between the ingredients and instructions, measurement omissions, and temperature scale omissions. For example, the recipe would say to preheat an oven to 425 degrees, but it did not specify if that was Fahrenheit or Celsius. These mistakes could lead to confusion for some users, especially new cooks and people outside the US who routinely use Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. One glaring issue we should mention is the missing lunch section. This alone accounted for 5 test failures with a major severity. This is a pretty important section that is missing, and it would most likely impact the user's opinion of the app. We also found that there were display issues, with the golden oak heading not appearing properly on some devices and the app loading off-center in Firefox on an Android phone. The automatic scrolling off-screen of the recipe blocks is inconvenient at times, and when in a low-resolution environment, these issues were more apparent, and the app was practically unusable on a computer with low resolution, since the recipe blocks would scroll off screen before you could select any in the bottom row. Also, in iOS, the cross icon to close the view was just not there. We would also like to mention that we tested the app for accessibility on a site called accessibilitychecker.org, and disappointingly, it failed, mostly because assistive technologies like screen readers, would not be able to work with this app. So it definitely needs more work at making it more accessible to users with special needs, more proofreading, and some design tweaks to improve the layout and usability across browsers. On the plus side, it is an attractive app. It follows the autumn theme well, plus it loads quickly, and it does provide some yummy recipes. Now over to Tan.
Hey, thank you, Justin, for the introduction, and Michelle for the main part. So I will conclude our presentation here. So working as a team, we had an easy time to collaborating with each other, thanks to flexibility in our schedule and the ability to communicate through Zoom and Discord. So whenever we had trouble, we debated with each other to come up with the final answer, such as discussing test cases, or we created from the app requirement, or how we decided the environment to test. And finally, we want to appreciate the TripleTen Bootcamp for creating this event for us. So as a new student of QA engineering field, give us a chance to experience the real project. And although it's just a small one, so I also want to thank my team, and they helped me a lot to finish this project and this presentation. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Fantastic. All right. You know, the funniest part that just gets me every time you guys are presenting about this, the missing lunch thing, is I judged this app did not know that the word lunch was missing anywhere in there. So this just goes to show why we really need QA, because as a developer judging that app, I was like, looks good. Totally missed that boat. All right. So some quick questions, just as a thought. Michelle, you said that you guys were going through your work and you were testing as a user first and QA second. And so if you could you maybe say a little more about that, or explain what you mean a little more for those who are watching at home who kind of think it's all the same?
Sure. First impression of the app was, oh, hey, there's no forms to fill out. There's no sign up forms anywhere, so, okay, I'm going to look at this like I just downloaded this app and I'm going to try to figure out on my own how to use it. So it was intuitive to use, and we just kind of went with it from there. Like instead of looking at it like you're testing it out to see how it works, you're looking at it like you want to use this and get some different recipes to use maybe for the season or for the holidays coming up or something. So it's really just a different mindset when looking at it. Still trying to be analytical, but also looking at it like, well, how would people that aren't tech savvy go about using this?
Sure, not the average user coming on going like, well, I don't think it's WCAG compliant. Probably not. Let's see. Anyone from your team, just in terms of this bug jam, again, I know that this has been it's a short and fast kind of thing, right? But have this bug jam and working together on a real project changed any of your perspectives about what it means to be a QA engineer or what the need is out there?
Well, for me, it didn't change. It changed for the better because I really
Okay.
right now I want to do it even more. So from that part, because this is the first time I experienced like working with a team, this from home too. So
Yeah.
it's for me, I seen like it's a better more opportunity just to keep studying and see it's already spring 9, so almost finishing. So it's better to
Yeah.
just keep doing it. So for me, it was a win-win.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
There's definitely a need, as we just experienced with this lunch button.
Oh
Over and
yeah,
over.
exactly. So because if you wanna, so that's the main part, a lunch. So everybody gonna look for that.
You know, QA is the real backbone. They are the heroes of the team. All right, thank you so much, Bug Busters, or sorry, Bug Hunters. That is Michelle Fox, Jason Coste. Did not Coste it before. I'm so sorry. And Tan Lamb.
Yeah, Jason Coste. Yeah.
All right. All right. So our next one is the Bug Busters, and they are pre-recorded. So it's very exciting. It's like I get to play a movie. And the teammates on that one are Nebahat Yarali, Lisbeth Alcantar, and Philip Troxler. And they are with us today. So we will, after I show all the things, then we will ask them some questions and see if they also noticed the missing lunch button that myself and my fellow developers and judge did not notice. All right, let me get to Sharon, make sure I got sound checked. All right. Magical Unicorn is available. Fantastic. Here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera so you guys don't have to stare at my lovely mug during this. And then that way you will be able to see the people who are presenting. All right.
Welcome everyone to our October Bug Jam. We're excited to share our experiences from our QA team here at TripleTen. Let's start with introductions. I'm Lisbeth, I'm a future QA, and I'll be your host.
Hi everyone, my name is Philip. I'm a future QA as well, and I'm excited to be here.
Hello everyone, I am Nebahat. I am future QA. Looking forward to sharing our insights with you.
Great. Now, what exactly is QA? Quality assurance is a vital part of software development. But what does a QA engineer actually do?
Well, a QA engineer tests software to ensure it meets required standards, but it can be a bit confusing sometimes.
Right, Mr. Stickman. Say what?
In simpler terms, QA acts like a safety net. We check that everything works properly before it reaches the users.
And remember, QA isn't just about finding bugs. It is about preventing them. By implementing QA practices early, we save time and resources. Our goal is to ensure a seamless experience for end users.
Right, Mr. Stickman. Huh?
So what does that mean? Well, simply put, QAs, we complain so you don't have to. We ensure the product is polished before it gets to the users.
Now, let's talk about our project, the Golden Oak web application. This web app celebrates the essence of fall with a delightful collection of seasonal recipes.
It's designed to provide an accessible platform for anyone wanting to savor the flavors of autumn.
As we tested the Golden Oak app, we found several types of bugs. Here's a graph showing the distribution of issues, including user interface, functional bugs, and performance problems.
So you may ask, well, why do these bugs matter? Well, here's a graph illustrating the impact of different types of bugs. Each issue can significantly affect user experience. So as we saw in the previous slide, 26% of the bugs that we had were functional bugs, but then also 4% were non-functional bugs. Each of these problems can overall greatly affect the user's experience and overall satisfaction.
To manage these bugs, we created a detailed report using Jira. Our testing included manual testing, UI testing, and black box testing.
Now, have you checked everything you wanted to?
Well, we would have loved to explore some gray areas further, but overall, we're pleased with what we found.
We focused on issues that could really impact users, and that was our priority.
In conclusion, teamwork is essential in QA. It's about the product and the process.
For sure. For me, collaborating with my teammates has been invaluable, and this helped me to gain some real-life experience.
We really enjoyed working with one another. We learned so much from each other.
Thank you for joining us today and taking the time to listen to our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it.
All right, there we go. Well, that was so wonderful. I'm so grateful that the camera was off because I was howling with laughter over the music. There's just something really that just, I don't know, just really gets you going about that, about that jam. So it seems like you guys had a great time, which is wonderful. I really appreciated that you put screenshots in there of both the test cases in the Excel spreadsheet you guys were working through, as well as the Jira tickets. And so I guess that's something that I never really thought about is when looking in the coursework, do you guys have specific requirements that you need to make sure you put in the Jira ticket that maybe not in the test case or vice versa? Is that something that you guys are taught in the class?
I'll tackle it. First of all, good evening, everybody. Everybody's presentations were so great. And thank you, Tiffany, for hosting us. And I think it's actually at this point, we haven't fully learned what to put, to distinguish between the criteria and the test case in the JIRA. But we just kind of made a judgment call to make sure everything was covered. And if it was information in the test case that we found, we made sure we put it in the JIRA report so that there's no confusion or anything like that.
No, I think that's a really great point. And that I think leaves a lot of room for QA engineers to make sure that they're following the style of whatever team they might be on, right? Still getting that
Right.
same information across. Um, that is a really great point. In terms of like the experiences that you guys are hoping to explore further, I know you guys mentioned you didn't get the chance to test everything, and obviously, you know, there's only so much time to get through it. But in terms of those experiences you guys are maybe looking forward to exploring further in the program, do you have some in mind, or do you have some things that you're going to be researching on your own?
Yeah, I think for sure, some of the things are really, as we talked as a team, got to meet, Lisbeth and Nebahat. Nebahat's a mom, taking care of her kids, and I think her husband's working as a QA. Lisbeth is trying to gain experience. And I think for myself too, I just want to gain more experience as I transition into another field. Because even with this, like the bug jam, I didn't know what to expect when we got in the room together. We had no idea what to, like everybody, I'm assuming, we didn't know what to
Yeah.
expect while we were talking to each other, how to formulate a plan. But I really personally, I really appreciated how TripleTen set out how to meet as a team, what questions to ask, even the games. And it helped us like to care about one another. Like if I didn't ask the questions that TripleTen
Mhm.
had laid out, I wouldn't have known Nebahat was a mom and she's from Turkey. And that made me want to work harder for her, and they supported me. So yeah, just more experience I think we want to gain.
I think you bring up some really great points. And I know that this is one of the things I really liked about TripleTen also is the camaraderie. The more that I worked in these jams and in the internship projects and all of the other little side bits and pieces, the more I got to know the other students that were with me. And they are really, they start to form that network you need for gaining a job, but also they really form your support group, which
Right.
I didn't realize was going to be a needed skill for when I was working because it's the
Mm.
same, you know. You'll find, I think all of you will find the same, kind of experience when you get into your teams. You kind of get to know your team more. And the better you get to know your teammates, the more of a community you build there, the more trust you develop, so that developers who are definitely not like me and don't have any bugs ever, when you present all of those critical bugs, they don't look at you like you just told them to go sit in their room. All right. So that is a really wonderful. Let's end there for the evening. I want to make sure I'm able to respect everybody's evening. You guys have worked so hard already, and I know that you guys still have coursework that you're still doing. Not to mention, everyone's got a job and a family and a dog. My cat has been whining the whole time because he wants to go outside, even in the dark. So let's go ahead and wrap up for tonight. For all of us here at TripleTen for the October Bug Jam presentation, thank you so much for joining us at home. Thank you so much to all the participants. I just can't tell you how excited I am as a teacher to see how much you guys are able to put together in a short period of time with such professionalism and such confidence, and really touching on things that are super critical for users as well as for business cases as well. So that is something I love seeing every time. For all of the students who are watching, please be on the lookout for the polls in your Discord channel. For all the rest of the viewers, please make sure to check the social for all of the TripleTen places, and you may cast your vote there for the audience favorite. The results and the winners are going to be announced November 14th in Discord and in all of the socials. So November 14th, that's when we're going to find out. I want to send a special thank you to all of the people who work behind the scenes to organize the Bug Jam: Irina, Kevin, Elisa, Natasha, Yulia, Irina, Nadia, and my cat Sharkbait. Thank you so much for all of the participants for presenting again today, and I hope the rest of you have a wonderful evening. My name is Tiffany Hall. You can find me at Tiffany Codes on Instagram or on LinkedIn, and I am going to go and see why my cat won't be quiet now. Have a great evening, y'all.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good job, everyone.
Good job,
Good
guys.
night, everyone.
Job.